Hey guys, welcome back. So, I wanted to wait on the story till more information came out, which I'm glad I did. And this is the rumor that's been surfacing ever since like late last week, which is this rumor about Sony apparently pulling back its single-player ports to PC. So let's talk about this article from Jason Schreier, then we'll talk about it, and why I think it's a stupid move. But anyway, let's begin. Sony Group Corp. no longer plans to release its big PlayStation 5 games on PC, a major shift in strategy that sees the video game maker returning to console exclusivity after 6 years of flirting with multi-plat releases, according to people familiar with the company's plans. Online games such as Marathon and Marvel Tokon will still be released across multiple platforms, but single-player titles such as last year's samurai hit Gozo Yotai and the upcoming action game Star Wars remain exclusive, said the people who asked not to be identified because they were not authorized to talk publicly about its strategy. The people caution that things could change in the future due to the unpredictable nature of the video game industry and that Sony's plans are constantly shifting, so it seems like they're leaving the door open, like where Sony could reverse traction and go back to putting games on PC like they've been doing. But in recent weeks, PlayStation scrapped plans to bring Gozo Yotai and other internally developed games to PC, two games made by external devs but published by PlayStation. Death Stranding 2 and the upcoming Kena Scars of Customer are still planned for release on PC this year. Like Death Stranding 2, that's coming out in like 2 weeks. So I have that game pre-ordered too. So I'm looking for that one, and it seems like a foreseeable future. Kena Scars of Customer will probably be my last game that Sony is funding, at least in the immediate term anyway. A spokesperson for Sony declined to comment. Now, the next part of this article goes over possible reasons why they didn't. One of them is like apparently lack of sales. I'm like, I can destroy that argument right now because of the fact that one, Stellar Blade did phenomenally well when that came to PC last year, and two, it's Sony's own damn fault because they refused to market their PC ports correctly outside of trailers on YouTube. Like, they never fully marketed it like they did the original releases for the console versions. So that's a pretty obvious big reason why their ports have, some ports are believed to have not sold that well. I mean, there's also other reasons too that I can go into in a little bit. Anyway, continuing. There are likely a few reasons behind the shift. One is that several recent games have not sold well. A faction within PlayStation also expressed concern that releasing their games on PC risks damaging the console's brand and will hurt sales of the PS5 and successor, according to people familiar with Sony's inner workings. But for that reason alone is stupid, considering that the PS5 has sold nearly 1 million units. Like, it's outselling the Xbox 3-1. So that makes no sense. It just doesn't make any sense at all. Like, PlayStation has always been more popular in other countries like Europe, so that logic doesn't make any sense. Now, if they were struggling to sell, then maybe you could make an argument. But considering the PS5 is outside its competition so hard, that doesn't make any sense to me. Anyways, for decades, Sony's tactic for selling PlayStation was to keep Temple series exclusive to console. In 2020, it pivoted and began bringing games like The Last of Us and God of War to PC. But the strategy's been muddled and confused many players because they literally waited freaking years after the game came to PlayStation. The cadence was never consistent, and the announcements appear to be haphazard, like sometimes out of nowhere. Like the original God of War 2018 announcement was just on Twitter, like out of freaking nowhere. The company also upset PC players by asking them to create PlayStation Network accounts to access many of the games. For the life of me, that never made any freaking sense, especially single-player games like God of War and Ghost of Tsushima. What the hell? Now Sony's looking to take a more straightforward approach, going back to exclusivity. Sony's two rivals in the consoles have taken different paths. Nintendo has released almost all its games, no, every single of its games solely on its own hardware. I mean, you can emulate them on PC, so... While Microsoft has turned into a multi-platform publisher, releasing everything on PC and mini games on PlayStation, another factor behind Sony's pivot may be Microsoft's next Xbox. I've kind of mentioned this, which is rumored to use Windows and be capable of playing PC games. Some executives at Sony may not be thrilled at the prospect of one of its coming flagship games like God of War being playable on the next Xbox console. So, I gotta ask Sony, what's gonna happen to this? Like, what's gonna happen to this page right here on Steam right now? Like, what's gonna happen here? Like, are you just gonna remove it completely, or what? I don't know. But, if they delist those games that people have bought, oh my god, the PR nightmare. That'd be suicide, but knowing how stupid Sony can be, I can see them honestly doing it. with how stupid they are with what they did. Think about it, like, the whole strategy, Sony has been so incompetent with its PC, strategy. Think about it. They waited years to release the games after the console version, where, I mean, look at Helldivers 2. That game was day and date on PC, and PC players showed up and bought the living shit out of that game. Like, literally half of its sales were on Steam alone. Like, that should have told Sony right there that maybe doing day and date was a good idea. I mean, I know it's multiplayer, but come on, you get my point, right? Like, when you do a day and date, people want to buy the game, they'll buy it. They'll buy it. Like, I bought several. I have easily over 10 Sony games on PC. Like, I like some of the games they brought to PC, like the Spider-Man series by Insomniac. I was interested in Wolverine until this news came out, and seemingly, apparently, Wolverine isn't going to be on PC anytime soon. I kind of lost interest in it for that reason alone, because I won't be able to play it, because I am not willing to shell out $700-800 for another console for a PS5 Pro or whatever. I'm not going to do it. Especially considering I've got so many other games on PC that I can play right now. So why would I go out and buy a piece of hardware to play like 1 or 2 games a year? Because at best, that's how many games Sony developers put out a year. So, not to mention that some of the ports have not been that good. I mean, far as I'm aware, I haven't played Spider-Man 2 in a while. I installed it basically after I finished it. I've heard that the PC port still has issues, apparently, from what I've heard. Obviously, Last of Us 1 port, when that came out a couple years ago, nothing needs to be really said on that one, because that was a pretty darn bad port. But there's been some good ones, though. Like, far as I'm aware, I know 2018 was a really good port. I assume Miles Morales was as well. I haven't played Miles yet. I'll get to it eventually. I mean, Ghost of Tsushima I thought was a really good port. God of War 2018 I thought was a really excellent port too. So this is why this strategy confused me, not to mention all the other stuff they put in the back end. Where they added trophy support, starting with Ghost of Tsushima. Like, they even have their own PS overlay for their PC ports. Starting with, for instance, Ghost of Tsushima. So that's why this rumor doesn't make any sense to me. Like, it just doesn't. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't know what Sony's thinking with this one. I really don't know. So, but, I mean, if it's true, like I said, oh well, I've got other games I can, be playing right now. Like, I've got, like, easily almost 250 games on Steam alone, like, on my computer, that I can easily just download and play. Like, Sony games, to me, aren't that special to me. So, I mean, this is coming from somebody who's liked some of their games that they put on PC. Again, because I'm a fan of the Insomniac Spider-Man series. So, if they don't, I guess they go back on this and just continue to put, their games on PC, I'll just be skipping them, because I'm not going to be bothered to buy another piece of hardware to play 1 or 2 games a year. I'm sorry. It's just a waste. That's just a waste of money and effort on my part. It just is. I'm sorry. That's just how it is. I'm sorry, And I know people say, oh, you bought a Switch 2. Yeah, because I've had a Switch 1, and a lot of my games got better performance on the Switch 2, and there was actually games that come out of the Switch 2 I actually wanted to play. So, and I sold my Switch 1 to get a discount for it. So that's why I bought a Switch 2 when it came out. Because at best, most of Sony's IPs, I'm not really interested in. And one final note I want to mention, people actually wanted stuff from Sony kind of PC that they haven't. Like an obvious example would be Bloodborne. People have been begging for so long for Bloodborne to come to PC. Where is that at? Oh wait, it's like they don't want to do anything apparently with Bloodborne. Because apparently, there's something between them and FromSoft. I don't get it. That's, what I'm understanding from it. I mean, there's also, other classic IPs that could really deserve some love. And this is not just affecting PC users either. It's also affecting the console users, too. Where's the Killzone collection? Where's the Resistance collection, for instance? I mean, because people have been clamoring for some of those IPs to come back that are still stuck on the PlayStation 3. You know what I mean? So I'm like, this whole thing, it just doesn't make sense to me at all. So if they want to put their live service slop on PC, I won't buy them, because I do not give a crap. Because if you're going to come back to PC, Sony, Come back with an actual game plan that people will actually be into. Stop doing this half-ass shit. Make good-ass games. Do quality effort ports. And another thing too. What's gonna happen to Nixies? Because their bread and butter was PC ports, and that is why Sony bought that studio in the first place. So what's gonna happen to them? Are they just gonna be a support studio or something like that, or you just shut them down like it did Bluepoint? I'm saying though, I wouldn't be surprised if they actually never do PC again. I wouldn't be surprised if Nixies get shut down, and I hate saying that because they're one of the best when it comes to PC porting. Like that's their bread and butter. So I hope that doesn't happen. So, but I don't know. I guess take it with a grain of salt. I guess because yes, it's Jason, but he's done stuff in the past that I don't agree with. Like where he withheld information about the whole Blizzard fiasco for his book. Apparently he lied about something with Baldur's Gate 3 studio a couple months ago from what I've heard. Heard people say on social media or whatever. I don't know how truthful that is, but so take that what you will. But yeah, that's all I got really on this. Like, this is so stupid. It is so freaking stupid because after everything I just said in this video, it just doesn't make any sense. It doesn't. It's not hurting the console sales at all, like I said earlier. It's easily sold about 100 million units, the PS5, even with all the price increases. People still buying PlayStation consoles, so that's why this rumor doesn't make any sense to me. Like, it's just dumb. Again, I'm not salty about it. I'm not, because, again, if they don't put anything else on PC, it will not affect me all in the slightest, so. I don't know, it just doesn't make any sense. So, if it is true, I'd imagine the investors are going to have questions, I assume, but I guess we'll see, though. We'll see what happens, I guess. But that's all I gotta say on this one. What do you guys think of this? Let me down in the comment section below. And if you like this video, hit the like button. Comment down below what you think. And consider hitting the subscribe button. We'll definitely keep updates on this whole scenario if anything comes of it. And I'll see you on the next one. Till then, have a good one.